Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is the Raptor, and welcome back to Who'd Win and Why. And this time we got a battle of the webheads. We got Spider-Man, the all-famous superhero from Marvel, going up against none other than his clone, Ben Reilly, aka the Scarlet Spider. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, because I literally just said it, you know that this is not like one of the team of like the Scarlet Spiders, which if you didn't know are like 3 clones of MVP. If you don't know who that is, look him up. I don't want to go into that. But this is the second clone, I believe it's the second clone of Spider-Man after Kane, because he was the first clone. You know the clone saga when Jackal cloned Spider-Man to make his life miserable. The first one I believe was Kane, which was like a failed experiment, and then the second one was Ben Reilly, which was like perfect. It was nearly a complete clone. So this is the one I'm using. It's Spider-Man going up against his main clone, Ben Reilly, aka Scarlet Spider. The one with the costume, like with the hoodie and stuff like that. I quite like the hoodie. It's not my favorite type of Spider-Man costume, though I know a lot of people do like it. One of my friends, Lucas Green, who I met through YouTube, I think it's like his favorite suit of any sort of Spider-Man ever. Personally, my favorite, like, doppelganger, like, including clones and, like, non-clones, just, like, people that look like Spider-Man. If you include this guy, my favorite is probably Venom, if you count him or not. I would go for Carnage, because as I've said in my Venom versus Carnage Who'd Win and Why, I like Carnage more than Venom, but I consider Carnage more of a Venom doppelganger. I'm not really getting anywhere with this. Let's just move on to this fight. So, this fight hasn't been talked about too much on the internet, but it is fun to think about who would win in a fight like this, because it's the little things that you gotta look at, and with these two characters, there's actually not a lot of them. So you gotta really dig deep and figure out who's most suited for this fight. So, who would win and why? Let's find out. Now, because these characters are very, so similar, most of the things I say for one person are going to apply to the other one. So I'm just going to say something, and most of what I say is going to apply to both of them. If there is something that only applies to one, I will let you know, so there won't be any confusion there. So let's just get the easy stuff out of the way. They both have web shooters, they can both sling webs, both of them can climb walls, they can cling to most surfaces. They have their spider sense, which gives them omnipresent detection of their surrounding environments. It's more than just a warning signal is basically what I'm saying. Both of them have superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, reflexes, enhanced of all of that. Both of them can lift around 10 tons. They can take grenades to the face, so that's a pretty high level of durability. They can both run up to 200 miles per hour, which is actually really insane when you think about it. Like, how fast Usain Bolt is? Just below 28 miles per hour or whatever. That's still like 2.24 or 2.44 meters per step. That's crazy. And when you think about like someone running at 200 miles per hour, that's insane. Anyway, I'm not really getting anywhere with this. But both of them are very fast, very strong, very durable, very, very agile. They both have superhuman reflexes as well. When it comes to the actual equipment that these two have, it's actually a bit different. Spider-Man, he obviously has his web shooters. He has a rotating carousel to replace the empty ones. Not sure if Ben Reilly has that or not. I'm just going to assume he does, just for the convenience of things. He also has freeze pellets, I think, which he got like semi-recently. He also has some sort of utility belt, which he keeps more web shooter, like web cartridges in. He also has a spider signal, and he has his spider tracers, which I'm assuming most of you know about. Ben Reilly's is a bit different. I believe he has nearly everything that Spider-Man has, but he also has a tiny bit more. First of all, he has improved web shooters. I think they're improved, but not by that much, but they do function differently. He also does have what he calls, I think, his stingers, which are like metal darts, which can temporarily incapacitate his foes. What else does he have? He has one more thing. He has like the web pellets, I think, which like upon impact they can ensnare the enemies. I think like they release tendrils or something like that, which is something worth noting as well. So Scarlet Spidey's arsenal, the Scarlet Spider's arsenal is a tiny bit bigger than Peter Parker's, just because he wants to differentiate himself. That's also the same reason why he turned his hair blonde and why he made a very distinctive, different costume, with the hoodie and stuff like that. That's the main stuff that they have that are different. Another thing worth mentioning is that Scarlet Spider has all the same memories as Peter, so everything until Scarlet Spider died like he's gonna have the same experiences that Spider-Man had. Up until he died, though, you can't really do that. You know, like Spider-Man just has his own experiences, and Ben Reilly doesn't have that with him. And in case you guys haven't noticed already, I'm pretty much like I'm not focusing on the Secret Wars version of Spider-Man, you know, like the new one, because not many people are that familiar with it. I'm not that familiar with it, so I'm just leaving that out for now. And I'm almost taking as if Ben Reilly, you know, like when he died, spoilers, but I've already said it already. I'm almost like taking him out and putting him like right before Secret Wars happened, so it's like a classic Spidey going up against Ben Reilly just coming back from the dead. In case you guys haven't figured that out by now, but you guys might have been able to do so. And both of these two are also geniuses. You know, they actually like I think Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, has even said that Spider-Man's mental and like intellectual potential rivals his own. You know, this is Mr. Fantastic, widely believed to be like the smartest person in the Marvel universe. You know, or at least one of them. So that's pretty cool. You know, both of them are very they're like good in strategy and science. They're geniuses. They do actually have different personalities after they met. They did develop different personalities, but both of their fighting styles are generally the same. They both you know, they both have the way of the spider, which is utilizing the spider sense to the fullest and basically like fighting with it, essentially, which he can go toe to toe with like some of like the most advanced masters in combat. You know, like Captain America, who's adept in like all fighting styles. That's pretty cool. So you know, most of them have like they're very, very similar. You know, it's very hard to pick a winner here. Because both of them, like, they have the same levels of strength. They have a lot of the same weapons. You know, like there are differences. I'll get to that in a second. But you know, they do have an arsenal with them. They are very fast. You know, using the spider sense and using their speed, they can dodge automatic fire as well. So you know, they're both pretty fast. They can take grenades. They've taken a lot of punishment from many different like villains that are stronger than them. They've done a lot. You know, and because like Ben Reilly took all the same like experiences and memories as Peter, it's so hard to pick a winner here. This is even harder than Green Goblin versus Hobgoblin, because even though those two are very similar, they are different people. These two, while technically different people, aren't really different people, you know? They're nearly the exact same. In fact, on Who and Why, if I allowed ties, I might even say that this is a tie, because this fight can really go either way. It's really just maybe who gets lucky, or who throws like the first few punches, who can catch the other off guard first, which obviously is really hard because both of them have spider sense. You know, like this fight's going to go on for like forever before like a winner's actually chosen. However, I do not do ties. I have to pick a winner here. And even though I am going to pick a winner, I do have to say that this fight is extremely close. You know, like either character I feel could win, and either character has nearly an equal chance of winning. Like if I was to pick a winner, it'd be like 51% this time, like 51% of the time this guy wins, and 49% of the time the other guy wins. You know, maybe a bit different than that, but you get what I'm saying. Like this is extremely close. However, I have to pick a winner, and that winner is none other than Spider-Man. And the reason why I say this, you know, some of you guys are probably just going to be thinking, well, you know, they're the exact same, and then just like you just said that Scarlet Spider has more in his arsenal, you know? Why are you saying that? Well, yes, he does have more in his arsenal. Let me get that part out of the way first. He does have more in his arsenal, but really, do you really think that that's going to affect much of the fight at all? Spider-Man is able to dodge automatic fire. Both of them are able to dodge automatic fire. And I think that Spider-Man would be able to dodge pretty much anything that, like, even like the web shooters, you know, anything that Scarlet Spider would be able to throw at him. Yeah, he has more projectiles with him, but I honestly think it'd be very hard to catch Spider-Man with them. You know, like, why are you adding more useless things to your arsenal is basically what I'm saying. Yes, Scarlet Spider has more of an arsenal, but really, do you think it's really going to be that effective against Spider-Man, who can dodge automatic fire and has, like, amazing reflexes? And the durability, too. Like, you know, like, the stingers might catch him off guard if you know, it can temporarily incapacitate him. But again, I really doubt that it's actually going to work. I don't think that it would actually affect, like, he's going to dodge it, you know? I just feel that that's most likely what's going to happen. So getting that out of the way, this is all my opinion. This is all what I feel. But now with that out of the way, the reason why I think Spider-Man would win is simply because of the experience. While Scarlet Spider does retain all the memories and all the experiences of Spider-Man from the start, after he died, Spider-Man has still done so much more than Scarlet Spider. And, that generally just increases his ability to survive, And he's fought Venom more times than Scarlet Spider has fought Venom. He's fought characters like himself more times than Scarlet Spider has, which gives him a leg up against someone exactly like him. And plus, I think that after Ben Reilly died, that was like Ben Reilly died before Spider-Man met more powerful characters like Morlun, and he's been able to take on characters like those now, because remember the first time that Spider-Man and Morlun met, Spider-Man I believe almost died, and now that doesn't happen anymore. And Scarlet Spider, if that was to happen with him, he'd almost die, because he has no experience fighting someone like Morlun, and Spider-Man does, and he's had more experience because again, like, every villain that Spider-Man fought before the clone was made, before Ben Reilly was made, Ben Reilly would have the same experience. But, like, he fights them after Ben Reilly died. I'm assuming he fought them more, and he's getting better and better at fighting. And would it be too much of a stretch for me to say that over time Spider-Man has gotten stronger? Would it be too much of a stretch for me to say that? I don't know. But anyway, like I said, this fight is extremely close. Both of them are pretty much like they have the same feats, they have the same levels of strength, speed, and durability, or at least like if they do have any difference, it's like really not worth mentioning. But again, like I have to give it to Spider-Man just because they're nearly the same in everything, but it's the experience. Because Spider-Man's been around forever, and the Clone Saga didn't last forever. And just Spider-Man's done so much more, and he's encountered new villains. He's fought the old villains more times than Ben Reilly has. I keep calling him Ben Reilly, even though Scarlet Spider is the guy in the title. I just kind of have to give it to Spider-Man on this one. But, like I said, either one could win, and either one has nearly an equal chance of winning. But when it comes down to it, I just have to think, if I had to pick a winner, who would it be? And that is Spider-Man. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was shorter than most episodes, but since I had to go over like one character for both of them, that was kind of obvious. If you did enjoy this episode, please give me a like. Comment down if you agree, if you disagree, what fights you'd like to see me talk about next. And if you would subscribe to my channel, that would really help me out. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. But of course, your view is enough. Although obviously I would prefer if you subscribe, but your view is already enough for me. Another thing I want to mention is that I'm also going to be trying something. I semi-recently, like closer to the end of last school year, got a Snapchat account, and what I'm thinking about doing is that maybe posting some, like updates on my Snapchat, like saying, like, maybe, like, when the next Who and Why is, if a video has been posted, maybe not even just for Who and Why, just for my entire YouTube channel in general. So if you guys do want to follow me on Snapchat, my username is The Raptor, there's no capitals, and it's just, like, there's no spaces, just THERAPPTER. How I appear on Snapchat is Garrett Allardyce, which is my real name. So if I get enough people adding me, if you do want to add me, you should just go there. If I get enough people adding me, I might like put some updates through my Snapchat. Just like maybe stuff I don't want to put into like one video. Or like just like leaving on a comment because some people might not see that. I just want to like something I just might want to put there. If you do want to add me, that's great. If you don't, then that's fine too. Just in case anyone wants to. Again, username THERAPPTER. Just want to let you guys know that. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, Spider-Man vs. Scarlet Spider. And next time, again, I just want to say, I already mentioned this a bit before. If you keep up with my videos, you'll know that next time was supposed to be Dry Bowser vs. Eggman, but I actually read that suggestion wrong. It's actually Dry Bowser vs. Eggman Nega, which is Eggman's descendant, who I believe is like the primary villain of Silver the Hedgehog. But we'll get into that later. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and that's really all I got for this episode, so see you later and have a good night.